Hey, what is up guys, Nick 2025 here, back with another Epic Gamer video as always. Welcome to the 2021 year review. You might remember this from last year when I did a 2020 year review, and now I'm doing a 2021 year review, because oh boy, it's been a year. I think we can say that for all of us, that has sure been a different year, I think. After just coming from 2020 with the whole pandemic and everything, and all the stuff that was happening in the world, all the places being on fire, it's just, there was a lot last year. This year, for me, I would say personally, was definitely an improvement from last year, but it also wasn't the best year for me. And I'll explain that as we get into details later on in the video. So where do we start? January, not really much going on. I will say, to start off, in terms of YouTube, I have been streaming quite a bit, and I've been getting better at that. In terms of videos uploaded, I've only uploaded like maybe 2 or 3 this year. So it kinda, was a letdown in terms of uploading videos, but it's fine. I think what I will do is from now on start doing a commentary channel, where I just have gameplay in the background and start talking about things, gaming news, or just stuff going on in the world, stuff like that, because I think I would much rather do that, and I think I'm much more comfortable with, sharing my voice online to people, rather than just do challenge videos that nobody really watches, because they're not really well edited or anything. They're kind of sloppy. Games are difficult now. Fortnite with the skill-based matchmaking, and just COD being, well, I mean, how are you supposed to record a COD video? And to be a good COD player, yeah, it gets confusing. So I think it was definitely a success this year, better than last year, I'd say, to be honest. Now, where do we start this year? Like I said, January, pretty slow month. Throughout the coming months, it was pretty slow, I'd say. The February, obviously, my 16th birthday, it's weird, getting older and older. It's just, I'm almost an adult, still doing this YouTube thing, still playing a bunch of games. Hopefully next year I'll get a job and try to start upgrading like setups and everything, start getting better stuff for videos, and then go from there and see how that works out. I also hope to get a PS5 next year too, if that's possible. It has been, 2 years starting next year since it's come out, so I'd say maybe I can get my hands on one. And there is Share Factory on PS5, thankfully, so I will be coming back to do that unless I get better setups, better stuff to set up my videos better. You get the point. As I said, I'm still learning in the channel description and everything. So yeah, it's gonna be a big leap for me. Next year, I'll try to do as much as I can. Like I said, if I do get a job, then it's gonna be, yeah, it'll be difficult to upload and do the job at the same time, but I'll make do. I'll see what I can do. So yeah, I think it was either March. No, yeah, it was March. Never mind. Sorry. March, I did go on to. I went on a trip to Tennessee, and I think Columbus, if I'm not mistaken. We went to a zoo in Columbus, like a zoo / aquarium thing. Pretty cool. Actually, we got to pet some baby sharks. Not like the song. So that was cool. I did it as a child before when I was really, really young, and going back there again, it was pretty nice. So that's good. And then with me, my mom, and my little brother, we all went to Tennessee for a whole week pretty much, and it was really fun. Got to go to a wax museum, got to go to the Titanic museum, and I'm a big fan of like the history stuff and all that behind the Titanic, the conspiracy theories, blah blah blah. I loved it. It was great. I definitely had a good time in the early year. Well, yeah, I was pretty burnt out from things at the beginning of the year. It was still fun, and after having, a rush of excitement and everything, it did make me feel better. In terms of gaming, I was playing a lot of Cold War, got Dark Ether, I think in actually March or April. Pretty happy about that. Cold War, I think, was a pretty good game. Just to get that off my chest. All the haters for Cold War can come at me. You know, I'll defend that game with all my life. I really did enjoy the game. Even if the multiplayer was sweaty and the zombies was lackluster in some areas, I still enjoyed the game, you know? So in April, though, April of 2021, it was kind of odd for me. Obviously, by the way, I wasn't the happiest person. If you must know, when I've talked about my depression before, it was biting at me quite a bit. With the whole world being still a problem, we all had to wear masks. You know, people are so quarantined. Everything was pretty bad. So I definitely think that was not the highlight of my year. Was the beginning. Definitely wasn't a good thing. But in April, I did meet someone who really helped me through a lot and is still helping me through a lot, and I cannot thank them enough for that. Her name is Taryn, and before anyone says anything, no, we are not in a relationship. Just gonna get that off my chest now, because I had a strong feeling that people might think that, and she's actually on my channel. If any of you have watched my my video where it's like what's it called, my first vlog, but ... and it was like a 20-second video of my friend Taryn just doing that whole thing. I'm so glad she was, she let me upload it and everything. So yeah, but we became really good friends. We really hit it off. And coming from 2020, where I had a lot of bad friendships and everything, and a lot of bad issues, if you remember, and yeah, this is a different Taryn, by the way. The other Taryn that I talked about last year, yeah, it kind of didn't work out, and she did come back this year, but only for it to get worse. And I'll explain that. I won't go into too much detail because it's kind of personal, but it was pretty bad. But yeah, Taryn has really been a help to me. She, kind of cleared me of my insecurities a bit, made me a lot happier of a person. Helped me get some things off my chest that I couldn't really tell anyone, besides maybe my mom or something. So she was really there for me at a time when no one else was, and I thank her for that. I've been talking about her for like a couple minutes now. I just can't thank her enough. We've been friends for about 8 months now. Next year will have been a year, which is surprising because we haven't really had any issues until maybe like a month or two later, which has to do with the old Taryn. There was a thing that I wasn't supposed to tell anyone that was between her and me, and I accidentally told the old Taryn by mistake because we started becoming good friends again, and I thought I could give her one last chance, so I tried it, and it didn't work out. Pretty much what happened was I told her, and then the newer Taryn, the new friend Taryn, had found out about it, and things kind of got bad. I was in tears. I was like in pain. I was like, I'm totally screwed. I didn't mean to say it, and I was like pretty much just gonna lose my my greatest friend I had made in the year. So yeah, but anyway, we fixed it. We resolved it. Took her a little bit to trust me again, but we handled it. I think we handled it very well. I'm glad she accepted my apologies and everything, and still considers us as really good friends. The old Taryn, however, so obviously I'm not friends with her anymore. Her chances were done after that one, and I haven't talked to her since, haven't mentioned her since, so good for me, right? And I have met some other friends too. There were some other people in the year that I did meet, that we kind of had a falling off in. We were good friends for like the first couple of months, and then it kind of started going away when we went into summer. People started doing different things. We started having issues, and I started losing a bunch of friends. And obviously, that affected my depression, kind of bit off at my mental state a bit. And Taryn tried as much as she could, and nothing wasn't really working for me at the time. So I just had to get some things off my chest. Try to talk to other people as well. Talk to my mom. Talk to another friend of mine. Her name is Kennedy. I highly doubt she'll watch this, but Kennedy was also another good friend of mine, so I thank her for everything that she does too. But I talked to her about stuff, and she helped me. I think she pretty much helped me in that. And obviously, it went back to me and Taryn, because Taryn was a bigger help than Kennedy at the time. But Taryn didn't know what to do, so I asked Kennedy about it, and she helped me a lot, which I really thank her for that. As you could tell, I did have a lot of issues this year with my mental state, depression, and all that. I wasn't too happy for a little bit. Obviously got burnt out and stuff like that. Games and music, and some of my friends were the only thing keeping me pretty much like happy and healthy. So yeah, that's wonderful. Where did I leave off when I was talking? March. Yeah, so March and April. Yeah, so over summer is pretty much when all that went down with my, the old Terran, new Terran, stuff like that. So we can get past that. 4th of July was not bad, but, I had to spend it with my dad. And obviously, I'm not a huge fan of going to my dad's or just talking about him. He's, not really. Yeah, I don't want to get into it. But, it was fine. It was fine for the most part. In terms of other things, I was pretty happy about some stuff. Shows that came out, movies, like Marvel stuff. We had WandaVision at the beginning of the year. Then we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So such great shows. Those are pretty much keeping me, pretty excited and stuff for the year to come. So we had that. Then we had Loki come out, which was awesome. After Loki was What If and Black Widow. We also had movies like Free Guy, stuff that wasn't Marvel related. But I love those movies. Those movies really made me feel some excitement and joy. And obviously, I was still dealing with a little bit of mental health, but it was fine for the most part. Got it taken care of. School started again. Things are pretty much going okay. I'd say they're still going okay. Some things I'm a little confused on in terms of my grades right now, because I've been doing the work. I've been doing it as good as I can, and nothing seems to be resulting out of it. So I'm not entirely sure what's been going on in that department. I'm on break right now, obviously. By the time of recording, it is the 29th, I believe. So I will upload this on the 30th, which is on a Thursday. Yeah, school has been going, I'd say, decently okay. After summer and school starting and everything, Venom came out. But before Venom, I had a big issue with my health, and not talking about my mental health. I think I was pretty okay for the most part around that time. That's when things started looking my way, until all of a sudden I get the big, stupid COVID. Oh man, it hurts talking about it. COVID was not a very good experience for me. It all started when my mom pretty much got COVID. Was really sick and thought she had COVID, and she went to a doctor. Turns out she did have COVID, and we couldn't go to our dad's because we didn't want to risk any sickness of spread or anything, just in case. So we had to live with her, me and my little brother. We started getting sick a couple days after she said she had COVID. Me and him were both coughing a lot, sore throats, headaches, stuff like that. The same old. But for me, it got worse. I started throwing up a lot. My headaches got worse. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't do anything. Couldn't taste eventually. My little brother was perfectly fine after a couple days. He pretty much had to, help for a while. It was a whole 2 weeks, so he had to help us get up and everything. It was not a good time. COVID, I will say, is definitely not a good thing. I never got a vaccination, but I don't know if it'll help or not. I know there's whole debates on like online, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that, where it's like you should get a vaccine, otherwise you'll have very big problems. But I also know people who have had the vaccine but have also, still gotten sick, still had issues when getting the vaccine and stuff like that. So I would say I don't know. I'm mixed on it. I'm just a kid, so I wouldn't understand it. So yeah, I had COVID, and it really did suck. That's pretty much all I had to say. No, and I'll say this: not tasting food sucked really bad. I mean, when I had noodles and everything, like some soup, and oh my god, that was the worst chicken noodle soup I've ever had, because all I would taste is like the wetness of the noodle. Like, imagine just eating a bare wet noodle. That's what it tasted like, because you couldn't taste anything but like the texture, and it was really gross. So imagine eating mac and cheese, but you can't taste the cheese. All you taste is like a wet noodle, like a saucy noodle. That's how bad it is. I barely ate that much, like a whole lot. I had to take a bunch of pills, like 3 pills, 4 pills a day maybe, and the rest was history. After a couple weeks, like 2 weeks, by the 3rd week, we were okay to start doing stuff. We were feeling a little better. My sore throats was going away. My headaches were going away a bit. My taste was still an issue though. For my mom, it started coming back more, but for me, it was still an issue. It didn't come back until like the 4th or 5th week, which, yes, it took that long to pretty much get my taste back. So we were okay to go to our dad's after that. I had pizza, and it was such a weird taste, because it was like it's still trying to regain, but like at the same time, like but yeah, and so after that, obviously we saw Venom, and Venom Let There Be Carnage. Really good. And also before that, I think What If came out, or maybe it was after, I can't remember, but it was either before or after when I watched What If, and it was a pretty good animated show, I think. I can't wait to see what they have for season 2, and I also can't wait for Marvel Zombies. That was probably my favorite episode, and stuff like that. I also forgot to mention we had Zack Snyder's Justice League and the Suicide Squad in that year as well. Those were 2 amazing movies. Pretty wasted 4 hours of my life for the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League, but it was a pretty good movie. I loved it. Not as much as my dad and my older brother, though. They're DC fans. I'm like a Marvel nerd. Suicide Squad, though, I will say James Gunn did an amazing job. I like how some of this talk is about superheroes and stuff, but this is just a year review. I'm just talking about the year. So, yeah, and I really don't know how long I'd be talking for. So far, it's been about 18 minutes, and this video will be 38 minutes, so I don't know how much more I'll be talking for, but we'll see. So anyway, in terms of personal life, back to that again. Me and Taryn weren't really having any issues, besides the fact that it was getting pretty dry for a while. When we talked, it wasn't often. We would answer each other like every couple of hours, because there was really nothing to talk about. When you share a lot with her, and just with anyone in general, it starts to get very dry and dull. Eventually we started having stuff to talk about, but that's only after we got excited again. Just stuff like that. So like I think she went on a trip, and then I went on a trip. Well, actually I didn't go on a trip, but just other stuff was keeping me awake and not so dull. But things for her were, it's kind of hard to explain, but in terms of personal life, I lost a lot of friends and friendships. I kept some, made some more. Notch, my friend, 0 Day, he was a main factor this year. I think he was a really good friend of mine. I love playing games with him. We stay up like all the time doing the stupidest craps on the game. Minecraft, like, Destiny, Fortnite. We do all this dumb crap on the games. Just have a time. I don't know if he'll be on tonight, actually. That's a good question. Guess I'll find out. So, but yeah, Notch he's a good friend. I really enjoyed his time. And same with Logan. Logan's one of those real life friends. So far, all the friends that I've mentioned have been not real life friends. Although Taryn, I almost met in real life, but I met her cousin, if you remember, Brooklyn. I think me and her are on good terms, but obviously I'm not, on good terms with old Taryn. So, yeah. uh, Logan, my IRL friend, is pretty much, we played a lot this year from start to finish. There were some times where we didn't play, obviously, because we, both had different things going on. But he played with me the most, I think, this year, and it was really fun playing with him. We always have a time as well. So it's great. I think in terms of friendships that I kept and lost, I'm glad I kept the ones I had, and I'm okay with the ones that I lost. But I'm okay because, mentally, I think it was a good change to lose those friends because they weren't really doing a good thing for me. They weren't really caring about me as much as, let's say Taryn or something, or Logan and stuff like that. So I think that's a good thing, that I lost some of the friends that I did. And if they are watching this, then I'm sorry, but you gotta be better as a friend, to be honest, because you weren't really a good friend. And I'm not rating my friendship on how helpful they are. I'm just rating them on how, kind of how much they were there for me, and if they actually cared for me and everything. I want friends who care about me as much as I care about them, and also want to interact with me too. Anyway, over time, again, over these past, I'd say about 3-4 months since October, I've been getting pretty happy. Things have been going well. Insecurities were lowering. About myself, I used to care about getting a girlfriend a lot, and now I don't really mind being single. I don't mind being single, so that's a good thing. That's a good change, because it's okay to be single. And while, sometimes I'll think about it here and there, think about all the, people who do have relationships who just flaunt it, specifically talking about friends and everything. Well, it is kind of annoying. I'm happy for them that they were able to find someone that will make them happy, and I hope that they are happy, no matter what. So it's always best to keep an eye out for them, though, just in case something happens, like a breakup or falling out. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. And another thing I fixed this year, besides that, was, like I said, other insecurities too, the way I looked and everything. I mean, obviously, I still think I don't look the greatest. I'm obviously not in the best of shape. So I'm still working on that. I hope to lose weight starting next year, maybe over summer. Go to the gym, lose some pounds, make myself feel a lot happier. Because I know that people who are, getting to that point of being big a bit start to think that, stuff like that. So I'm glad I fixed that a bit, and I'm glad I'm going to work on myself for it. I didn't really go out with people much, because like I said, I don't have many IRL friends, but over time I have been making them over the past couple of months. I've been stepping out of my comfort zone, trying to make some more friends and everything, and that's a good thing for me, because it'll help my mental health, and stuff like that. And actually, speaking of trying to go out more and stuff, there was this one girl, her name was Kate. She really led me on, which was kind of a pain in the butt, because I got led on by her, and she kind of just, it hurt. It hurt me that she led me on. But I'm glad she's gone now, because she was kind of a jerk when I tried messaging her again to see if everything was okay. So, can't all be keepers. Taryn had to help me out of that one when I told her that I lost her, essentially. That she led me on, did all that. So it was so stupid. She made me really think I had a chance, and that's what kind of hurt my status on relationships and stuff again. And like I said, Taryn had to help me out of that. Kennedy had to help me out of that. Games were a major part, which I gotta say, games were like a really major part of this year. I mean, like, if it wasn't for like a lot of games keeping me, like at bay, keeping me happy, and all these updates, I think I'd be pretty sad, be pretty still depressed and dry. Like I said, Cold War was really good, so that really helped me. I still play Fortnite. It's in its current state right now, where it's like the best it can ever be. So that's a good thing, because things were getting a little dry after a while. After you get everything in the game, in terms of like the levels for the battle pass, stuff like that, you start to fall out of love for a little bit until the next update. That's kind of what it was like for me. I played a lot of Minecraft, played a lot of Cold War, played a lot of Destiny 2, just played a variety of games. Rocket League, I started getting in love with Rocket League, thanks to, you guessed it, Notch. Same with Destiny 2. Minecraft was my own thing. I got addicted to Treasure Wars for a solid month. I was always about like, hey, you want to play Minecraft? So, yeah, I'm glad I have a variety of games now. I also played Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff like that. Right now, with the PlayStation Plus games, I did get DC Legos, Lego DC Supervillains. So much fun for a Lego game. I haven't had that much fun on a Lego game since like I was a kid with the Lego Star Wars games. It brought back some memories. I was really happy. And now I'm hoping to buy the Rise of the Skywalker game, or whatever it's called. I know that is the name of the movie from Episode 9, but you never know. It could be called that too. It's pretty much Lego's, the Lego games 1 through 6, but this time it's 1 through 9. So I'm very excited to play it, because that was my childhood. That was like the first ever Lego game I really got into, or just game in general I got into. And played like all the time. Same with Call of Duty, obviously, like Black Ops 1 and 2. Yeah, all I'm going to say as well is, not only the games bring me joy, there were some games that brought me pain, and I will say one of them was Warzone. Screw Warzone with a passion. I am not a fan of Warzone. I mean, my older brother loves Warzone, but I do not. I mean, Rebirth is pretty fun because it's Alcatraz and Mob of the Dead, and obviously I'm a big fan of that. Not only like the game, but the actual place itself. I think it's fascinating with the history, how spooky it is, stuff like that. Yeah, so obviously I was a bit familiar and actually had more fun when I was playing Rebirth. But the normal Verdansk map kind of sucked, even with the change of the map. And, it actually changed twice this year. We went to 1984 Verdansk, and now we're in Caldera, which is World War II Vanguard Verdansk, which, by the way, we're playing, in the background, I'm playing Vanguard right now, Vanguard Zombies. I don't care what people say. I like the zombies, alright? It might suck for some people, but I really enjoy it. It might be boring here and there sometimes, but other than that, I'm having really fun with the game. Going for Dark Ether, just like I did last year, and I did get it on day one. I pre-ordered the game. That's how I was already like, okay, I'm going to fall in love with this game. And I am. I love the multiplayer, I love shipment and everything. Zombies is pretty good so far. I wish there was more updates. I wish they would give Treyarch some time to make more updates. So I'm pretty happy with it. I am mad about server pause, just like everyone else, but in terms of gameplay, I really enjoy it. It feels smooth, It feels smooth, which is great. Anyway, what else is there to go through? Let's see. I mean, yeah, it's not a whole lot left to talk about besides maybe the other things I watched this year, like Spider-Man. Spider-Man No Way Home was a great movie. I really enjoyed that. I mean, best movie of the year for me. And I don't want to get into spoilers, but the two people who showed up, and all the villains that showed up too, it was crazy. I loved it. I loved every second of it, and I'm so happy that I was actually able to experience it. I experienced it on Thursday, like 2 weeks ago, and it was supposed to come out on that Friday, but I guess my mom surprised me, and I had no idea it was coming out on a Thursday. So it's pretty cool that she did that for me. It really made me happy. And also, around Thanksgiving, I forgot to mention, I lost my puppy dog, Angel. We've had her since October of last year, but she died the day after Thanksgiving, I believe. And oh boy, it was... I still cry about it a lot. Just talking about it makes me want to cry. We buried her in the backyard. It's just... really not a good thing on my mental health. I miss you, Angel Bangel, and I love you. Okay, I hope you're I hope you're okay. So, yeah, I just had to get that out of the way because I completely forgot to talk about that. Um, don't worry, I'm not crying. I sound like I am, but I'm not. um, what else happened? So, obviously things are going well with everyone. Logan, Taryn, Kennedy's having problems with her family right now, so can't really talk to her much. But you know, you get the point. Everything's going pretty well, I'd say. I'm pretty happy. I got a gun for Christmas. That was awesome. Christmas, I got an Avengers game. I got a Nerf Fortnite gun, which was the drum gun. I love the Tommy gun look and everything. It was either that or the AUG, and my mom got me the Tommy gun. So, you know, yeah. I'd say over the past like 2 to 3 months, I've been perfectly happy. I've been pretty okay, coming from a rough start to the year to a good mid-year, and then to a final few months of the year and end of the year. I'm pretty happy, and I'm excited to see what 2022 has to offer. I hope my mom lets me go see Taryn. I will not say where she lives, but I hope I get to go see her. And if I do, it's gonna be a blast. I can't wait. I want to meet her in real life. I want to meet more people. I want to talk to more people. Yeah. So, without further ado, I think I had a good thing. Pretty good year overall. I rated it a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty high rating, but actually, no, I'm gonna rate it a 6. A 6. It's like medium. About 5 is pretty much in between, but there were some things I like more than others, and I'm happy that I made it through the year because I really thought COVID was going to do a number on me, which, not saying that it didn't, but yeah. I guess that's really all I needed to talk about was all that. It was pretty much my year review, just talking about every little detail and stuff like that. Things went pretty well, I'd say, this year, but there was also some things I really did not enjoy this year. So I'm excited for next year to see what things have in store for me. If I do get a job, expect maybe for me to get a PS5. And if I do get a PS5, expect some new great gameplay videos on that, because I'm excited to start recording on that if I can. Fortnite, I know, already looks nice. I don't know if I'll have some of these games. I hope I still have Minecraft on PS5. I don't even know if it's on PS5, but I hope it is, because it would be so much fun to play Minecraft on PS5. But, yeah, without further ado, I guess that was it. Pretty okay year. 6 out of 10. Give me your ratings in the comments if you made it this far. And, can't wait to see what I have in store in the new year for everyone. Whether that be streams or videos. Thank you for sticking around. And I hope I get better in terms of mental health again. And yeah, I guess that's really all I have to say. So without further ado, this is Nick 2025 signing out. I'll talk to you all later. Peace. Hello, Editing Nick here. Totally forgot to mention to, continue watching the video if you want to see me exfil and everything for zombies, if you haven't been watching the gameplay already. I also realized I forgot to mention I did a round skip kind of thing in my video, so you might notice that it goes from round 5 to round 10. So the first 17 minutes of the video is round 5 through 1 through 5, and then the last half, which is about 21 minutes, is I lost my train of thought. You get the point. 10 to 15. So yeah, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the new year. Sorry about the convenience or inconvenience. And I'm just gonna go. Bye.
do better than that!
Vanishing. Augmentors cleanse. This has to stop! A worthy effort, soldiers of Nordicus.
I worry those worms are polluting our world. Did you succeed?
It is always a pleasure denying Cordyceps what he wants.
This is a war of attrition, my allies. Take the fight to the enemy.
Your manners, monsieur!
When a rift pulls, they're as quick as you can.
I will not let you rest.
Tu veux plus de woman? Sur mon cadavre! Unhand me, salaud!
Your soldiers are cowards, Professor.
Well, I guess I better not stop now!
Your efforts will soon open your way.
Anybody want in on this? No? Guess I'll just keep shooting then. Keep your hands off me, Bob! I do not condone revenge, but that I do! Excellent! I love those! You will have to do better than that!
I knew you would make it to safety. What a relief.
Watch me closely!